Hey folks, how you doing? It's Richard here from Bikepacking Adventures, and yes, I'm on kind of a bikepacking adventure. It's called an audax, if you know what an audax is. Yeah, it's kind of a bikepacking adventure. Because, you know, I've packed my bike, and it's an adventure. I'll go through the bike, what's back in the Tailfin in just a moment. But come out today for a 300-kilometre ride. That was the intention, but I left about 6:15 this morning and my legs were like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And my head's been like, just keep going, it'll be all right. And I think I need to listen to my body a bit more, because what I'm going to do, I've done 95k, so I've done a third of the ride already. It must be 10:30 in the morning, something like that. Maybe 11 o'clock, don't know, I've not been paying attention to time. Anyway, so 300-kilometre distance, and with that distance in mind, I brought my Coros Dura, which is a cycling GPS. Now I've started at 25% and I've done 95k, so let's find out how much percentage got left. 19, so 100 kilometres and it's used 6k. So the idea really was today is to ride the 300 and see if I can get back before that battery dies. And it looks like it's going to do it. Pretty amazing battery life, that. Absolutely fantastic. So apart from the Coros Dura that I brought with me, what's in the bag? Well, I was going to go back to, like, do you remember in the pandemic when ordinary people weren't riding very far, but as dickheads were riding all over the place? Well, I packed everything with me so I don't have to stop and mix with humans. So, got a steak in the pie, we'll have that in a minute because I've not eaten absolutely anything at all. 3 bottles of Lucasade, winter jacket, even though it's not that cold, so I'm going to have a bun as well, I think. So I've got some pepperoni and cheese buns and pasty. I've just got the one pasty, but got plenty of buns in here. Yes, I brought all this with me in the intention of, obviously, I'm going to be riding all day. And now I'm not going to be quite riding all day. Not riding into the night, anyway. Anyway, I'm going to tuck into some food, sort out my water bottles, and as you can see, the weather's okay. It's pretty mild, actually, considering all everything I've dressed in. I've been feeling the cold a lot recently. I did actually start the week with a bit of a banging headache on the evening times, and I've just been really looking after myself in terms of keeping warm and everything. Because if you don't watch my channel, I don't really tell people that often, but most of the year I live in a caravan on a caravan park, and it's quite difficult this time of year keeping the place warm, and I'm a bit of a Scrooge. I'd rather dress up and layer up and everything. So yeah, it's been pretty cold this week. In fact, it's coming towards the end of the year. Generally what happens at the end of the year is I go back to my mum's and dad's for like 3 months over on the Lincolnshire coast, and that's coming up at the end of this year. So a lot of the rides in winter time will be over in the Lincolnshire world. So if that's your neck of the woods, you might see me out riding. I'll just keep heading north, following the Trent, I think. Keep it relatively, not many hills. There's a couple of things there I don't think I explained. I might have explained one of them. 30 tooth cassette. Now normally, I ride with a 34, but I've got this 30 tooth cassette on. I've had it on since the beginning of the year. I really need to take it off now because it's no good for me on the hills. And the second part of today's route was meant to be in the Peak District, and I was like, got out riding today and I went, I don't want to do that. I would have to have done 20% climb the other side of Matlock, called 2 Dales, which is pretty significant climb up Sidnop Hill, I think it's actually called. So I kind of changed my mind on that. So that's all my excuses. Also, one more excuse while I'm getting them out. On the way here, just headwind all the way for about 45-50 miles, so quite difficult riding. But not gale force or anything like that, but just a constant low pressure headwind, leaving the Aeropack zone, and then again until the hills. What hills there was? Near Hockerton, Southall. Actually, that was the only point I got out of the hills. It's just been a bit of a struggle. So there you go, that's my excuses not for doing the 180 miles today. Yeah, I know. Can't trust reroutes, can you? Doesn't matter what computer you have, often they'll send you completely the wrong way. Oh dear. So I'm going to use my new toy. So this is the Cyplus AS2 Max or something. Right, it's 75 psi, so I'm just going to do a little bit first. First time I used it, I found it was easier just sticking straight into the valve rather than using that. But I got it started, but when I needed higher pressure, it was much easier and quicker to do that. Getting towards the end of this ride, and I thought I'd better talk to you before it gets dark. So I just thought I'd take a look at the numbers. I've got 18 kilometres to go. I've done so far up to this point. Let's have a look. 169. A little bit short 200. However, what I want to show you was the battery life. Oh, before we do though, if it was any other cycling computer, I'd been anxious that it's going to run out. So when I started this ride, it was 25%. 169 kilometres done. It is now 14%. So it's used 9% in over 100 miles. Wow. I won't turn the camera around because the sink's full of pots. That's my next job. After, I can't even make a cup of coffee. I ain't got any coffee. Chocolate is. Anyway, finish the ride. If I take a look at the numbers. So it's gone off, 1 second. So down to 13%. Okay, so in front of the laptop. Let's bring these rides up. So what I've done, so don't lose track, on all the names of the rides I stick with Coros Dura on it, or Coros Dura. Coros with an O. Let me rename that one. In total, since I've had the Coros, I've ridden 56.7, 156.9, 107.1, 160.7, 1110.3, 59.5, 189.4. I've ridden with the Coros from 100% to 13% so far, 820.6 kilometers, and if for those of you working miles, that is 509.9 miles. And I've still got to keep on riding because it's still got 13% in it. And as I explained earlier, a lot of it's been gravel and mountain bike and slow trails and things like that. So I reckon on the road you could probably double that. Anyways, I hope you're impressed with that. 820 kilometers, I know I am. Wow. 1,123 meters of climbing today. 23 kilometer average speed. Now that was really pegged back because of the way there, it was just headwind all the way. Well, yeah, I was bombing it way back. So, yep, no 300-kilometre ride in the bag. But sometimes, you know, you just got to listen to your body. And, you know, I was enjoying myself when I got to 100. I thought, I don't want to spoil it. And, you know, it's the 30th of November as I'm recording this. This time of year, that distance, you know, you can't complain at that. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. If you've got any comments about the Coros Dura, if you want to find out more, do check out the link below in the description. And I'll see you in the next video soon. Take care, bye-bye. And I went down a hill and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered to go up again. Let's just trust it. It said public footpath. I'm like, oh, okay. And here we are. Yeah, well, I've ridden some of the grass, but I'm not riding this. It's too bumpy.